Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to dive into a very important topic, comprehensive fraud investigation and prevention strategies. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore the various types of fraud that organizations face, including financial, cyber, identity, and procurement fraud. Our goal is to help you understand how these frauds occur, how to effectively detect them, and most importantly, how to combat and prevent them to safeguard your organization. Let's get started on this critical journey to protect our businesses and assets. Fraud involves a range of deceptive actions aimed at gaining an unfair advantage or causing harm. This can include financial fraud, cyber fraud, identity theft, and procurement fraud. Each type has its own characteristics but shares the common goal of misleading or exploiting others. The impact on businesses can be severe, leading to significant financial losses, damage to reputation, disruptions in operations, and even penalties from regulators. That's why it's so important to have a clear understanding of the different types of fraud and their potential consequences. This knowledge forms the foundation for developing effective strategies to detect, investigate, and prevent fraud within organizations. When we talk about the objectives of a fraud investigation, there are 4 key areas to focus on. First, mitigating risks is crucial. This means identifying any vulnerabilities in business processes that could be exploited. Next, recovering financial losses is a major goal, which involves tracing assets and ensuring restitution efforts are effective. Third, preventing future incidents is essential, so we recommend controls and improvements to processes that help stop fraud before it happens again. Finally, strengthening organizations overall is vital. Investigations shouldn't just address the fraud at hand, but also build resilience against emerging threats in the future. Together, these objectives help protect and enhance the integrity of the organization. Now, let's look at the main types of fraud that we need to investigate. First, we have financial fraud, which includes things like misappropriating funds, manipulating accounting records, and making false financial reports. These actions can seriously damage an organization's financial health and reputation. Next, there's cyber fraud. This involves unauthorized access to systems, phishing schemes designed to steal information, and ransomware attacks that can disrupt operations and demand payment. Then, identity theft plays a big role in fraud investigations. This happens when someone uses stolen personal information to gain benefits or unauthorized access. Finally, procurement fraud involves dishonest practices in purchasing, such as bid rigging, submitting false invoices, and corruption during the procurement process. Each of these fraud types requires careful attention and specialized investigation techniques to uncover and prevent. Let's walk through the investigation process step by step. First, we have detection. This is where we identify suspicious activities, which might come from alerts, audit results, or even tips from employees or external sources. Next is evidence gathering. Here, we collect all relevant documents, digital records, and witness statements to build a solid factual base. Then comes analysis. This is the critical phase where we closely examine the collected evidence to establish what really happened and identify who was involved. Finally, resolution involves reporting our findings, assisting with any legal actions if necessary, and putting in place corrective measures to prevent future issues. Each of these steps is essential to ensure a thorough and effective investigation. When it comes to combating fraud, we rely on a variety of powerful tools and technologies. First, forensic software plays a crucial role. It helps us recover deleted data, analyze digital footprints, and trace transactions, allowing us to uncover hidden evidence. Next, data analytics platforms are essential for sifting through large datasets to identify anomalies and patterns that might indicate fraudulent activity. Finally, AI-driven solutions take this a step further by using machine learning algorithms to detect complex fraud schemes that aren't immediately obvious and to predict potential risks before they escalate. These technologies together form a robust defense against fraud in today's digital landscape. When it comes to handling fraud cases, several roles come together to ensure a thorough and effective investigation. First, we have the fraud investigators. They take the lead in gathering and analyzing all the evidence, making sure nothing important is missed. Next, the legal teams play a crucial role by ensuring everything stays within legal boundaries and by facilitating any necessary legal actions. Then, IT support steps in with their technical expertise, providing the critical data access and technical know-how needed to uncover digital footprints or suspicious activities. Lastly, management oversees the entire investigation, defining its scope and making sure accountability is maintained throughout the process. Each of these roles is essential for a comprehensive and successful response to fraud. When it comes to collecting and analyzing data, there are several key techniques we use to get the most accurate and useful information. First, interviewing is crucial. This involves engaging directly with witnesses and suspects to gather first-hand information that can provide valuable insights. Next, data mining helps us extract relevant information from large datasets, allowing us to uncover hidden connections or important details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Another important method is pattern recognition, which allows us to identify irregular behaviors or inconsistencies that could indicate something suspicious. Finally, digital forensics plays a vital role by analyzing electronic devices and networks to uncover evidence that's often critical in investigations today. Each of these techniques complements the others, helping us build a comprehensive picture based on solid data. When it comes to reporting and documentation, there are several crucial elements to keep in mind. First, preparing detailed investigation reports is essential. This means clearly summarizing all the evidence collected and drawing well-supported conclusions. Next, ensuring compliance is critical. Our reports must adhere to all relevant legal and regulatory standards to maintain their validity and credibility. Ongoing communication is also important. We need to keep stakeholders informed throughout the process, providing updates that help support informed decision-making. Lastly, comprehensive documentation preserves the integrity of the entire investigation and ensures that any future actions can be taken efficiently and accurately. Each of these points plays a key role in delivering a thorough and reliable investigation. Let's look at some real-world examples to understand the impact of these fraud detection methods. First, there was a financial fraud case where forensic accounting played a crucial role. By meticulously analyzing financial records, they were able to recover a substantial amount of embezzled funds, which otherwise might have been lost. Next, in the realm of cyber fraud, AI tools proved invaluable. These advanced technologies helped detect suspicious activities early on, effectively preventing potential data breaches that could have compromised sensitive information. Finally, procurement fraud was uncovered through thorough audit processes. This discovery led to enhanced contract oversight, ensuring greater transparency and reducing the risks of future fraudulent activities. These cases highlight the importance of combining technology and diligent practices in fraud prevention. To effectively combat fraud, it's essential to implement continuous monitoring systems. These systems help us detect any irregularities as soon as they occur, allowing for timely intervention. Alongside this, regular training for employees is crucial. By educating our team about fraud awareness and proper reporting protocols, we empower them to recognize and report suspicious activities confidently. Equally important is fostering collaboration across departments, including legal, IT, and operations. When these teams work together, we create a stronger, unified defense against potential threats. Altogether, these practices help build a proactive environment where fraud can be detected early and addressed swiftly, minimizing risks and protecting the organization. To wrap up, the first priority is to establish formal investigation protocols that align closely with our organization's specific risks. This will provide a clear framework for handling incidents efficiently and consistently. Next, we need to invest in both technology and staff training. By equipping our team with the right tools and knowledge, we can significantly improve our ability to detect and respond to potential issues early. Finally, enhancing cross-functional communication is crucial. Ensuring that different departments work together seamlessly will allow us to coordinate our responses more effectively and minimize any potential impact. These steps are essential to strengthening our overall approach moving forward.